Hello, my name is Chris Palmer. And in today's on-page SEO video, I would like to share with you an on-page search engine optimization checklist. So this will be a 22-part checklist that I will go through with you today. I want to start at the very beginning and then work through, and then we'll talk about little caveats in between of each element that we're going to discuss. So this is part one. I'll do a two-part series. I'm going to first lay out the checklist, and then we will then go in and implement it, utilizing a tool to make our lives a lot easier. All right, so let's not waste any time. Let's dive right into the video. The very first element that I want to say, all right, and we can even do this as number one, which is going to be important. We'll do this as number one and number two. So the number one piece is establishing your keyword research. All right, when we're talking about on-page, it all starts with on-page, or starts with keywords. So what I want to get at is this. You need to first establish your main keyword. All right. Then once we have our main keywords in place, we then need to come to a decision of what are the variations and what are, so I'm just going to put variations. All right. So we need our main keywords, our variations, partials. I mean, basically it's going to start with keyword research. All right. Before anything else. So once that's out of the way, then we can really start getting into our on-page SEO. So the very first and most important element of on-page SEO is going to be your meta title. So the meta title, or the title, is a ranking factor in my opinion. I know I don't work with Google, but I feel that the meta title is the number one most important element on the page. This is your title. So title is going to be first. Now, the very next piece in the checklist is going to be the H1 tag. Now, the H1 tag needs to be very, very similar to the meta title, to the title. Because not only do people dislike when they get to a page and it says, you know, whatever it is, 10 top best, this, that, and then they get there and the very first heading tag, H1 tag, is different. Not only is that a bad user experience, but it's just a bad SEO practice. So title has your main specific keyword. H1 tag should have your keyword. Then we start going down the list. What's the next element? H1s, there's generally only one. All right. Now H2s, which is going to be your next piece. Now we need to start thinking about, okay, how many H2s are on the page? So how many, right? So how many are there? All right, so the next piece is H3s. How many? 4 is H4. How many? Right? And this is done and decided by who's ranking above us, who's in the position that we deserve to be in, right? So we need to do what is called then a competitive analysis to determine, all right, well, how many H1s are there? There should be one. Okay, how many H2s? How many H3s? How many H4s? Okay, well, how about H5s? How many? So then we're going to move right into the variations, all right? We're looking at, okay, since we know the title, we know our main keyword, our variations, H2s through H5s, how many there are on the page. We need to look at variations. How many? And where are they located, right? Are they in the H1? Are they in the H2? Is it, how many of them are there, right? So, and we're going to move right then down the list to paragraph. All right. So paragraph would be your body content. All right. So body content, we can say body content. All right. This is going to be the next piece. Next, I need to then look at images, right? So the images are going to be next. All right. I'm just doing it off the top of my head here. I'm going down the list mentally. All right. What am I looking at? I'm looking at images. All right. How many are there? Then I'm looking at, all right, now that I've established images and how many there are and how many I need, and how you come up with a determination, in my opinion, is I take the top 10 rankers. I really only like to use the top 5. I've talked about this in a prior video. I like to take the top 10 rankers, usually the top 5. I'll add up all of the images. I'll divide by 5. What's that number? That's how many images I'm going to use, right? Now, of course, there's tools out there that make this a lot easier. I use one. We'll talk about that in another video. But this is the mindset of OnPage, for me at least. I'm just teaching you how I do it, all right? After that, then I'm looking at the alt tags. What are they using? Are they using variations? Are they using exact? Are they using partial? Are they using co-occurring words? And in my opinion, I feel that I've watched a lot of content on YouTube. I've watched people talk. I feel that people optimization, the search engine optimization folks, right? People, I think they're missing the mark here with LSI to co-occurrence. LSI is often missed the mark by co-occurring words. I feel that co-occurring words is the factor, not the LSI. And LSI is often defined by saying it's words that also are coming up when spoken about this particular topic or keyword. But I really think that it's words that are also coming up within a set, right? If we're thinking like a computer, which is what they're doing, they're taking all of the sites, not top 10 or top 5, but everything, all of them. When somebody talks about this topic, what other words are being talked about? What other words show up? This is called co-occurrence. Often confused with LSI, but LSI is a good measurement, right? It makes a good tool. So now that we've talked about the alt tags, coming up with variations and partials and what are co-occurring words, or we can even say LSI, all right? Even though I don't think it's LSI per se. I think that that's one piece of it. So number 10, after we do our alt tags, what am I looking at? I'm going down the page. I have my H1s. I've looked at. We need to look at anchors. So anchors going outbound. Anchor text is a factor. All right. I feel that where it's going, what other entity am I associating myself with? A long time ago, it feels like it used to be, I'll associate my site with a high domain authority site. It generally would be Wiki or something along those lines. I feel that the anchors are being crawled. I can't say it for 100%, but I feel that, right? It seems. And I think that the entity relationship is very important. So the anchors to outbound sites. And when I'm outbound linking, what's the title on the page? What's the body content? What's the H1? How similar am I to that page, right? Can I build a relationship? So anchor text, outbound, right? Anchor text, internal. When I'm linking to pages internally, it needs to be pages that are topically, but not topically, semantically related. Now, on a website, generally, all topics will be semantically related, but more so when we really want to get that topical and more semantics, we do something that's called a silo. I'm sure you've heard of this. We have our main top level keyword. This would be a main keyword, and then variations and partials, and supporting words, articles, would be underneath it, right? To bring in more traffic, right? I hope that makes sense. So anchors internal, right? This is a factor. This is on-page optimization. This is something that I'm looking at. And I'm also, when I'm doing an analysis of a site, I'm looking at special characters, right? We're not talking about hidden text, all right? We're not talking about, hey, this guy has an accordion on his site, or hey, inside of his div tag, he's stuffing keywords. No, that's an element. That's something that I look at, But usually 9 times out of 10, it doesn't matter. When I'm talking about special elements, I'm really looking at bolds. I'm looking at italics. I probably spelled that wrong. I'm not a grammar specialist. Italic, I would say. That looks about right. So we're looking at bolds. We're looking at italics. We're looking for hidden, right? We are looking at that, but that's a small factor. It's a small factor, right? But it's on page. A small factor is hidden keywords. Now, this could be inside, like I mentioned, div tags. It could be inside of drop downs. It could be, are they hiding links? Where are they hiding links? Is it at the top of the page, the bottom of the page? Where are they, right? Top of the page seems to be more powerful, right? So I would consider that to be a small factor, but something we want to look at. Then we're looking at 15 is going to be like variations, right? The variations and partials of keywords inside of H tags. And I think that that's important. The placement of keywords and where they're placed when we're doing an analysis, when we're looking, I'm trying to understand, okay, where is it? Is it okay, are they putting partials and variations of keywords inside of their H2s, their H3s, their H4s, H5? Where is it? What are they doing? How many exact matches do they have, right? That goes with, it should have been up here at the top when we're talking about, and this should be very important. I wouldn't put it in the list. It would be more like up top here. Our main keyword determination, and main keyword is really keyword research, right? So we have our main keyword, our keyword research. We're coming up and determining, okay, variations and partials. Other words, like let's say the walkthrough I'm going to do is for my entity stack building training, right? I wanted to do a better walkthrough for how to set up your G site, right? So what I'm going to do is the keyword that I was playing with was New York SEO. So what I'll do is I'll determine, okay, that's the main keyword. What's the variation? What are the partials? And then what other terms could be a co-occurrence, like expert SEO, top SEO, best SEO, SEO in New York instead of SEO New York, or just SEO New York SEO, right? These are differences. These are variations. But number 3 is going to be my word count. And I should have wrote that up there. How many words do I have to write to compete? Right? This is important. Word count is important. How long does it have to be? And then I went right down the line. Let me just make sure mentally here. So we're doing our title, all of our H tags, variations inside of the H tags, paragraph and body content. How much is there? What's the density? Because, and I want to talk about something at the end here, because each of these elements, in my opinion, is like a barrel. Each little barrel. Like, do you ever see like sand in a barrel? You take your little guy, I take my little guy to the carnival, and they have the colorful sand, and you'll do red and then green and then blue and then orange, right? Each of these, this is red. This H1 here is the yellow. This H2 is the blue, right? Each of those sections are optimized separately. It's like a micro optimization. So not only am I optimizing the overall page, but each of those sections, each color, right? If we want to look at it like the sand metaphor, each of those elements is a micro optimization, right? I hope I'm not getting too far off here. I hope it makes sense to you. Maybe I just look at things completely different. I don't see anybody ever talking about things in this manner, but I think that that's really what it takes. The pages that I've had the most success on, I've really gone granular as far as, like I mentioned, micro optimization. I mean, this checklist that I'm giving you is an overall on-page optimization checklist. These are the elements that are important. But each of these sections need to be micro optimized for proper, complete optimization. I hope that was well said. So variations. Now we're moving down the list here. Bold italics, small factors, hidden keywords within elements, variations. We need to think to ourselves, all right, are they using videos? What other types of media do they have? And then that's an important one is if they're using a video, are they iframing it? And that's a whole nother section. That's a whole nother element, is because if they're iframing other sections of their own site, that's an internal link to itself. The page giving, it's like a backlink in a way, right? Or do they own other sites? Are they passing relevance and links and entity relationship through iframing, right? Very super powerful. It goes on the list, right? Iframes, are they using them? The next piece I want to look at is what type of other elements are there? Are they using like forms? Are they using lists? Are they using unstructured list? I don't want to spell that all the way out. Okay. And a list is, okay, is it marked like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? An unstructured list is like bullet points. All right. Now, I think that we have the entire list here. All right. So this would be the checklist. And I jumped the gun. I wanted to talk about it at the end, but like I mentioned, each of these sections, and what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and just show you what I mean. All right. Let me just show you briefly what I mean by this. So if we have, so here's our checklist over here. All right. I'll just go right back. I'll bring that over in a minute, but here, I want to be able to see it. We'll go like this. So here's our checklist. Here, I want to just show you what I mean by the what I meant by that metaphor, okay? Because we have to start looking at our page as its own, like standalone, which I'm sure you do. Each page is its own. They're not ranking the site, they're ranking the page, all right? And it needs to look, it needs to be thought of, in my opinion, this way, all right? So if we're starting with the title is going to be that first layer, all right? So title is that first layer, okay? So this is like the red. And what I'm looking at in this section is, okay, are they using an exact match? Are they using a partial? Are they using a co-occurring word? What are they putting in their title, right? In the URL bar, in the title. And then we're looking, okay, so if this was a bottle, we'll just say that this is a bottle, right? Here, it's a bottle now, right? Here's the top, right? And we're filling it up with sand, okay? Here's the red sand. So now here's blue, right? Just for visual representation. So here's the H1, right? And then we're looking at the body, the paragraph, the content within, like the H2s through the H5s. I don't think that the H6, maybe even H6, right? But really those elements, right? The paragraph elements. This whole section here, how many H2s do they have? 8 through H5. And then what type of words are they using within this section? So this could be like purple, right? So and that's what I'm getting at. Each of those sections needs to be micro optimized after the initial optimization is complete. Now, so that's the checklist. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this video, chop it up, and make this a video. But let's get into now. See, I was kidding a little bit. Really, I'm running this live so I could chop this up and put it in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop into the tool, and we're going to go through this, these elements here, and then we're going to go make the page. I have a lot of time. My son's asleep. I want to do this for the training, so I'm just going to do it now. All right. Here, I'll hop over here and see if there's any questions. I mean, we're talking about OnPage. Maybe how I'm doing it could be a little different, but it's late in the night for me. Great to see you here. NIVE topic, early morning. Hello, boss. Hey, welcome to you all. Kevin, what's up, brother? Great to have everybody on. Hello to all. Great to have you on. All right. So here's what we're using. I put it in my comments. I don't, you know, if you've been watching me for any period of time, you know that I'm not one to push. Like, I try not to be as salesy as possible. Even when I'm promoting my own stuff, I do it within, you know, within comments, or I do it within my private group. I try not to, you know, push it too hard. I just don't like it. I don't like when it's done to me, so I don't do things that way. But I use this tool. I've been using this tool for quite some time. I signed up to get an affiliate deal, you know, just a normal thing. So I was like, man, it's something I like. I might as well promote it, right? I just put it in the comments. So here's what we're going to do. So for the training, here's what I utilized. I did the training here. So let's come over here. So this part is really for the training. All right. So I'm going to start it from here. So here we go. Excuse me. Sorry. All right. So, I mean, this might be a boring one. I just decided to stream it because I didn't want to edit the video. I just want to stream it, download it, chop off the top part, like the checklist part, make that a regular YouTube video, and then this part I'll chop off, and I'm going to put it in the training. So, if you're on, this could be quite boring because it's really a training video. Yeah. But we're gonna make a page. Now, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and write content, but I'm going to optimize the page. So if you want to see how I do it, we're going to do it right now. So I'm getting ready to do work here. Give me 1 second. All right, so what I have, all right, so we're going to start here. All right, so welcome back to the training. So in this video, I want to walk you through step by step how we can go about optimizing a page. So how I want to go about doing this is I'm going to utilize a tool called Surfer. It's an excellent tool. If you want to use another tool that's similar or something you're more comfortable with, that's fine. Or you can do all of these calculations manually in your head with a calculator. This just makes things a lot faster. All right. Plus they have a content editor. It just makes life a lot easier. But you can do everything with this tool that you can just do manually. All right. So I'm not pitching you on the tool, but I like it. Now, as far as this is concerned, I did a very crass, I should say, site. Nothing special. Let me get out of here. I just copied and pasted somebody else's content. So I did not optimize it. I just did it for the training. So what we have on the page here is not optimized. It was a copy and paste just for the training. Nothing special at all, right? I think I took SEO Services Content and just copied and pasted it. I'm not really sure. Let me just check here quick. All right. So here we are here. Yeah. All right. So there's that. All right. And then I think all right. So I want to go ahead and edit this. So here's what we need to do. Oh, crud. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this checklist here. So first I would establish the main keyword that you want to target. All right, for this instance, it's going to be New York SEO. So our variations are going to be, since I already know, but we can pop over here. So this is surfer. So the first thing I want to establish here is how many words do we have? Do I have something else checked here? What's checked? I only want one thing here. Get rid of this. Okay, number of elements. All right, well, that's a good answer. Let me just take a look here. All right. H2 through H6. All right. So 25 and 6. 25 and 6. All right. 25 and 6. All right, so 25 total elements, and there's 6 H2 tags, 1 H1 tag. All right, so cut, put that here, cut. All right, and then the rest is just junk. All right, so the title. All right, so title. Characters are get rid of this. Where's the other one? Number of elements. All right. H1 is just 1, obviously. Okay. All right, so that's the okay. All right. Close this stuff up. All right, let's start right here. All right, so they're using it 4 times. I like that. All right, I don't really care about this. What kind of structured data are we using? So, that's interesting. Who's using it? Okay, so the guys that are on page 11, okay. So they're using website, web page, and local business, so. But I'm not going to put that on the page, but that's good to know. All right, so let's take a look at body content, and I want to know how many words. 1,500. So what about so 1,500 words. All right, so let's go back over here. All right, so we're going to start with that. We know that we need 1,600 words. So we're just going to grab 1,600 words. Copy that, bring it over here. Is it inside of here? I'm obviously going to chop this up, but the goal here is very simple. First step, 1,600 words. All right, let's pop back over here. All right, it's broken up. All right, so we know we need 25. Okay. All right, so is this open? Excelente. All right, are we on the home page? All right. All right, let's insert some text. All right. So we have 1,600 words, which is optimal. We have one H1, so this is our title. And then we need 25 elements. So we could get rid of that. So title. We're going to use best. And then what sentiment are they using? Services. Looks like services. All right. So services it is. New York. Okay, so one time. Okay. Now I know that they're using the all right, so there needs to be 25 sections, so we need to create all right, so this is going to be our first heading. All right, so this would be our H1. And remember, we're going to use the same as our title. So we're just going to go main keyword here. That's URL. Title of the page here. And then we're going to go here just like that. All right, so as far as this is concerned, what we're going to do is we're going to bang that off, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let me head back over here real quick. We need to go into our body content and we need to look for words. No, I'm looking for where is all right, so there's 28 paragraphs, but that's what I'm not looking for. That headings, that's what I wanted. 1 H1, how many H2s? All right, so get rid of this stuff. Headings, H2. How many? 6. Okay. All right. So 25. All right, so that's our 1,600 words. All right, now it's 2, it's 3, 4, 5. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then subheadings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I need one more. One more, baby boy. All right, so H2. All right, I need one more. One more subheading. All right, we're going to make this a little bit longer. And what I'm going to do, just to keep my word count right, is I'm going to take this. All right, so now I match. All right, so the purpose of which first is, so we've established our keyword. We've established our page structure. Our page structure right now is, okay, we know how many H1s they have. We know how many H2 through H6s they have. We know how many words we need to have. So we've set up our page structure. So the next piece on the list, all right, so now we have our title. We have our H1, 2 through 6. We'll say 2 through 5, which is most important. On here, I'm just laying out a structure. The next piece is, okay, how many images? So now we need to pop over here. Okay, how many images do we have? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick off all this stuff here that I don't need. What's on? Let me see here. Nothing. All right. So now, excuse me. All right. Okay, it's one paragraph. Okay. All right, that's a subheading. And then a heading. Perfect. All right. Now, the reason we want to do that is because for Google's sites, right, they're going to display, because if we take a look over here, right, if we pull up the site that I was working on before, and we scroll down here, Control F, Google site, right, you'll see it was pulling in that first H2. So what we want to do is we want to enlist our title, our page up at the top, right, that top left corner, this part up here, right, you want that to be your headline keyword. Your main title, this, it's irrelevant if it matches here, but we want that to be in the page. That's what's in our string, right? Put this as your headline keyword. Make sure you add the sentiment that's related to your industry inside of here. It will help you, right? For this keyword, it's services. And we know that because when we take a look at the, when we take a look at these guys here, if we do for our main keyword, New York SEO, you can see, look at services, services. This says agency, but the top rankers say services. So we're going for services, right? That would be this one. It's not best or top. I mean, I'm guaranteeing you that this is longer than it's showing. I bet you he stuffed it in there. I bet you it says services in there, right? I'm not on my other computer. I would look, but okay. So that's what we have that assessed. Now we're moving into images, right? I was shutting all this stuff off. I wanted to see what was above the fold. That's why I was showing you that. Because it was 40 characters, 40 words above the fold, and we know that they're going to show this first heading here, right? So the first heading is what's going to show and display inside our meta description. And then we know from looking at the SERP here that New York SEO, our headline keyword, needs to be here. So we already know that within our first 40 words, we're going to say, and then when we look over at our tool, right, if we take a look over here, I'll show you something. We're going to look at common words, and the guys that are ranking are doing the same thing. So if we just take a look here, right, if we go over here, common words. It's going to say like little variations, right? Look at right here. Oh, that's 10 of 10. So every single page has these. York SEO, new, the word help. Help. So bam, they all have that. Those are common, but that's not what I want. That's the wrong one. Popular words. So out of all the pages that are ranking in the top 10 positions, what words are they using? Here we are, right here. So SEO strategy, traffic, work, search. This is our highest. Am I guessing? Yes. So let me just take a look here. Let's take a look at prominent. Yeah, SEO New York. Help search optimization. So help search optimization. That word help keeps popping up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over here. I'm going to put because and the reason why I'm using business is because it All right. Here's business right here. Digital. All right. So let's move down the list here. Now what? Now we'll go back and we'll optimize the rest here. But we're just taking care of a few things here. All right, let's take a look at images. So to pull out the images, it's going to be easy. I mean, I don't want to sit and go to every single domain. I'd rather just look for the image alts. This is an interesting, okay, so not very much. That's very interesting. It's funny. They're using a lot of text. That's all I was checking. And that's why 1 through 10 has 44.8 images. So that's why it was showing so much text, which I thought was interesting, but that makes a lot of sense. So our top 10 rankers, see if you take a look here, look at our 11 through 20, not on page 1, is using half the amount of images. So there we go. So we know that, okay, without even looking, I can already think to myself, okay, they have twice as many images, 44 images, right? So we'll say we'll use 50, right? No, I'll probably just use 47. So we'll take 47 images, we'll put it on there, and then what we're going to look at is we'll take a look up at the alt text and we'll try to figure out our variations and our partial matches, how many exact matches, like what are they using. But now we need to go and find, well, we don't need to find them. I'm just going to use images that I have. But we know we need what? How many was it? 40, 45. So there you go. All right. So I guess we can bust up. I'm not going to bust up this part up here. We'll go back and edit the content. I want to use smaller images. All right. Wow, what is going on? What are you doing there, bud? All right, now we should be able to do a duplication, right? All right, perfect. So if I right click on this, can I duplicate? Oh, it's over here. All right, does this need to be so large? All right, so let's do images. Very interesting. This could take a while. What other images do I have? Oh boy. Let's do this. All right, so we need 46 images. All right. Wow, that's going to take a lot of work. Add alt text. All right, so what I'm going to do is, because I have so many, I will just do every single variation and every single keyword. Now, I already have a keyword list here. Thought I did. I might have removed it by now. Let's go to documents. GStack links for map stacking. Might be in here. Let's take a look. Yep, bam. All right. So we already have our list here, right? So I guess that's what we'll go with. Because I already did it. I already did the work, so might as well. So we need to add more images. So that's insanity. Well, I guess that's what it is. So I don't want to keep doing that, though. Oh, it's given me 2. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. So here we go. So I could move this up, because really we're just trying to get the whole purpose here is not for beautification. The only purpose here is for optimization. Hey, that rhymes, right? So it's irrelevant to me. I could look at it's going to fit right into these little brackets here. So I could fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take these elements and we're going to go ahead and just stuff them in there. Just like that. So we're going to take this and put it right in there. Take this, put it right in here. Okay, I like that new little feature. It must have been like with that update they did. I like it. I like it a lot. That's a beautiful thing. And then my question is are they, I wonder if they're duplicating the alt text each time. Huh. We're going to have to see. So if I go here, okay, let me get this, put that in there. Let me get this, put that in there. Let me get this, make it small. Make it just a tiny little guy. Oh boy, okay. And then put you right there. Okay, that looks kind of cool. I guess we can make it kind of pretty. So that right there. Select image. Okay. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so let's get more images on the page. Upload. So that's very interesting. That is awesome, actually. Here, we'll take this one. We'll put that in there. Okay. Why not? Okay, that looks good. All right. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 16, 4, 32, 40, 48, 6 times. All right, run that. Let's duplicate. 1, 2. Here, let's go in here and see, did they add? Ah, it does. It duplicates. Okay. All right. Perfection. Okay, so that's what we'll do then. So we're going to add alt text SEO. Okay. We'll go into this section here, add alt text. So we're going to go New York SEO Services. Okay. Then we'll go to this one right here. And we're going to add the alt text SEO New York. Okay, looks good. Let's go here. Add alt text. Okay, SEO in New York sounds good. Moving on. Go to this one. Add alt text SEO New York. Okay. Wait, oh, because I duplicated it. Oh, shite. All right, so let me go over here quick. Let's make sure that we're getting the right stuff. So image alt, exact keywords. So that's what they're using primarily. So half of the keywords inside of their image alt attribute is exact match. And then partial, let me guess, 0.5, 0.4. So they're basically using partial. Okay. So, I mean, without me having to literally go look, I'm assuming that we're using, so New York, how about just SEO New York, apply. Okay, we'll go here, add alt text, New York SEO, that's fine. And then this one, we'll do New York SEO service. So we did service, services, New York. All right, let's add one more. So image, because I want to get different variations in there. So let's do another image. We'll add I don't know, Brian Dean. No, we won't use him. We won't bring him into this. Not today. I don't know. Does it really matter? I don't know. How about YouTube SEO? Why not? Okay. That's a cool picture, I think. I like it. All right. All right, let's bring this up over here. Come on, you. Drag your sorry purple butt over here. All right, get on in there. All right, is that in there? Come on. You can do it. That's good. That's good. Stay right there. Oh, boy. All right, you're in there. Perfection. Okay, we need one more. All right, image. Upload. All right, one more. I don't want to put my little guy on there. How about this one? Doesn't say anything. Just me. Just ugly old me. Alright, that's fine. Scroll on down. Come on, why is that so slow? They probably do that just to torture me. Okay, that's good. That's good. Cool, man. Oh, I like it little like that. Alright. So let's go over here. Let's open this guy up here. Here, you know what? I'm going to pop him over here. So let's head out. I was using sunblock. I don't like that sunblock I got. New sunblock. Organic sunblock. Makes me itchy. I'm going to have to take a shower. This is a cool tool up here. Manual geolocation. I'm sure there's nobody watching now. I told you it was going to be very boring. Oh, we are watching. Oh man, you opened me up here. Let's copy this. Let's head over here. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Whoops, wrong tool. Give me this right here. I just want to see one thing quick. Oh my god, really? Really? One. Out of all those images, you only used one. Okay. Not me. I'll be over here. Alright, so you are a horrible example for what I want to do. That's perfectly fine. Let's go right in here. Alright. So we got 1, 2. SEO in New York. All right, so we got them all now. All right, perfection. Let's duplicate. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Cool. So we need, how many do we need again? I forget. Here. Sure, you can save that. Okay. Okay, maybe that's slowing me down. All right, so we need, how many do I need? Chris needs how many images? Number of elements. So 1 through 10 is using 44. All right, so we need 45. We'll go 50. Why not? We'll go above and beyond. 1, 2, because it's so easy. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Come on, give me another one. 4 and 5. Perfect. So we have our elements. So we have 50 images. Perfect. We got New York, New York. All right, so now let's go in here and figure this out. What's next? I don't really need that. Where's that other thing at? One selected. Where's the other piece? Shut this off. All right, let me go up here. All right, so they used it one time there. Am I right? Exact. One time in the H2. Okay. So we need 1. None in the H3. So far we need one exact in our heading tags. 1. Okay. I'm guessing they didn't use it at all down here. Yep, okay. I'm guessing not here either. Yep, none. All right. So I need 1.5. All right, so that should be that. So we have 1,600 words. We have the word count. We have our top here. Good to go. This here. All right, so let's go on to the next step. So we have our exact match phrases inside of our heading tags. We have the right amount of heading tags. We have the right amount of content. We have the right amount of images. We have the right amount of exact match keywords within our image text. They did half. They did half of the image alts with exact match. So I split it half and half. Half of the images had exact, half of them didn't. Pretty simple. Heading tags, I have the right amount. I did all that. Now, what do I need here? I need to know. Let's do this part now. Now, you know what? Let's go up here. Body, exact. All right, so within the body content, they're using the exact phrase 4 times. Fair enough. Okay, I need to know this. What about bolds? All right, and one of them needs to be bold. It actually says 1.5, so we'll do 2 bold. So we need 4 exact matches within the body content, and 2 of them need to be bold. All right, as we see. I mean, here's strong bold. And then, what else should I look up quick? We'll just take care of that first right now. All right, so we're going to do exact 1. Wait, is this bold? I hope not. No. Okay, good. So there's 1, 2, 3, and we'll go down here and do it. Why not? Nah, let's keep them up top. 4. All right, perfect, but we need to make this one bold. All right, so within the body content, all right, now let's head back over here. All right. So we took care of that. Is there anything on my list here? No. Okay, good. All right, so we have images. We have that. All right, let's look at this real quick here. Number of paragraphs. Okay. All right, so let me go over here. Keep that. That's our 40. We know that above the fold, we need this. We need that. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. 18, 19. Shouldn't do that. Here, crack that over here. We're shy on paragraphs. Bitch. So it's not technically optimal. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh, we have one over. All right. So we're optimal on paragraphs. Perfect. We have the optimal amount of headings and subheadings. Well, it's subheadings and headings, but technically it would be, okay, well, we have one title, obvious. One H1, okay. And then the accumulation of H2 through H6, we have the right amount according to the top 10 rankers. So that's what we've done so far. So let's cover what we've done so far as optimization. Title, check. H1 through H6s, we got the right amount. Then we went in to see, okay, how many exact matches are being used within the heading tags? Well, we know that it was 1.5, so we took care of that. We used 1 in our H1. Perfect. The next step was how many images? All right, well, we knew that top 10, the average was 44.5, so we used 50. Then we knew that half of the alt text within those images was exact match. The rest was a partial match. So what we did is we made the variations and partials of those particular keywords. So we did half of them, New York SEO, the main keyword, exact match, and the rest partial and or variations. Perfect. Now we knew above the fold it had to be 40 words. And we also know that with Google Sites, that first chunk of words there is what's going to show as our meta description. And we knew that the most common words were these words right here. New York SEO Services, Help and Business and Optimization. So as you can see right here, and then the next was expert, because when we look at our common words, expert was there. Our search optimization, expert, how about will instead of can? will help, and then the word company, right? These are our most common and used phrases within the top 10 rankers. So we put those in our meta description, right? Which is really going to be that very first above the fold. So that part's optimized. Now I need to go in and I need to see, okay, within my body content, we need to get a count of partials. So we're going to go to body, and then we need to come up with a determination of partial keywords. So 57, okay. All right, so half of them. So 57 of a partial keyword. So 57. All right, so 57 is our number, is what we're going to try to hit of a partial. So partial, what we're going for is right here, right? So we need to put in 57. So should be really easy. Let me take a look here. 57 divided by 3 is 19. All right. So 57 divided by 3 is 19. So what we're going to do is go over here to text mechanic very quickly. What are we going to do? Words? Lines? Text tools. Boy, I haven't used this one in a while. Did they change this over here? Guess not. Here, how about this? I'm just too lazy to type it, so we're just going to use this. We're going to go for word. Oh, wait, you know what? I better just add it. Let's just do it this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Perfect. All right. Now we need the word SEO 19 times. And we can use York too. So let's do that. Let's go. Did I add it up here? Shite. We should add it up here and take away one from down here. All right, so we're going to go new and then the word York because we need variations. So we need 19 of each to hit a grand total of the partial matches, which the partial match of our keyword has to hit 57. So I'm going to split those up, 19 of each. All right, if you're wondering what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. I probably should have mentioned I'm not only am I setting this up, but I'm also running a test of sorts because I'm curious to see because I'm a member of a particular forum, and they said, right, it's a whole big discussion on the forum that you can't rank, you can't even index lorem ipsum pages on Google anymore. Doesn't work. And I got into a small debate with some of them, which I try not to do, And I said, I guarantee you it indexes. And not only is it going to index, but this page beforehand, which was 100% duplicated content, if you go and look, it was duplicated between, I don't want to say who, but because I don't know who's looking, but 2 pages, right? 2 of the pages that weren't even highly rated. One of them was, I took one of the top rankers. They're ranking #1 right now. SEO Services, whatever they are. I took half of their content and I took half of another site's content. And I literally just put them together very crassly. Boop! And then I went on to Scrapebox, which I have right here. I loaded up a list that I've had forever. I blasted 50,000 blog comments at it. Out of that 50,000, this is how old the list was, 30 of them got indexed, right, as links. I let the page sit, it indexes, and I think with complete duplicated content, plus 30 blog comments, plus horrible optimization, right? All I did was horrible, right? I didn't even try. It was just for a walkthrough, right? And I think it got all the way up to number 21. 21. Hey, that's not that bad. for duplicate content on a non-optimized site, hey, that's not so bad. But anyway, if you're wondering why I'm doing it this way, for one, I'm testing out Surfer, right? To see, because I generally go in and use their, they have like this editor, a content editor. Like if I'm going to write real content, like if I'm going to sit and spend my time, or 9 times out of 10, what I do is I'll pay for content, the cheapest content I can, right? And then what I'll do is I'll edit it to make it cleaner, because I don't like to sit and write content. I hate it. So I'll buy the cheapest content that I can find. I think I was at 4, 5, 6, and I'm keeping them up at the top for a reason. Excuse me. So that's why I'm doing it this way. If anybody was wondering, what the heck are you doing, dude? That's why I'm doing it this way. I mean, the goal is simple. I'm going to chop this up. I'm going to take the first part off for a video. And then this I'm going to chop up and add and just take the elements out. Like, okay, title, H1 through H5. Okay, your paragraph, your images, image alts, your bold, your italics, right? And we're going to keep going down the line. But yeah, so if you're wondering, because I think this page is ranking, it's not ranking per se, but it is indexed right now in the 30s, I guess, with, again, duplicated content. It may even be 100% duplicated content other than a couple sentences or, just a couple mix-ups, but it's duplicated between 2 sites, if anybody cares, which I doubt anybody does. All right, so that's 19. Now we need the word SEO, and we wanted to use that one 19 times as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. I'm going to do SEO. I'm going to copy that. That's 1. And the reason being, if you're just, hopping on and seeing, why is this gentleman writing on gibberish, and why is he doing it this way? I'm adding work here. Hard at work. Now, I'm going to get this indexed. I mean, it already is, but it's not going to drop out. I already know. It doesn't matter the content. It's irrelevant. I tried to explain that, but nobody ever listens, I guess. But hey, I've been wrong before. And I would love to be wrong now. Because then I'll know. Oh, whoa, that's too close. I'm actually going to add this a couple extra times. Not many extra. All right, now. All right, now. Now, if you were counting along with me, I shorted it one time each time because the last ones I'm going to put inside of my heading tag as partials. These would be H2s, H3s, H4s, H5s on the page, but since this is a G site, we knew that the optimization of exact match was particularly within the H1 tag. That was the exact match phrase. So the rest of the H tags are partials. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here to these other tags, SEO, new, and then this one right here, I believe is, oh, it's a main heading. I thought they were subheadings. Oh. So we're going to do help. We're going to use business. And then this is going to be what? Let me see here. SEO subheading. Oh, I mixed these up. All right, so subheading. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So subheading, heading, yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. All right, what were the other words I needed? Okay. Oh my God, get off of there. I hate when it does that. Okay. Internal. So internal. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Now, what else do I need? Let me head back over here. Wow. Really? That's amazing. It's interesting. That's insanity. Okay. Okay, that's done. That's done. That's good. Okay. That's taken care of. That's taken care of. All right, the headings are taken care of. Meta, okay. Paragraph numbers is taken care of. Okay. Okie dokie. So I need 8. All right, so 8 of the partials. Okay. Need to be either italic or bold. I need the word new. 6, 7. Nope. Right here. Bang. All right. So I needed 8 partial. 8 of the partial matches were either bold or italic. That's on the list. See? Paragraphs. All right. So, briefly, what did we do? I think that I covered pretty much as far as that is concerned. Oh. All right. Now, the last piece of it is going to be this. Now, by no stretch of the imagination is... We're dealing with a G site, okay? The optimization level for a G site is a little bit different than, say, a regular site with nothing. All right. Also, I can send massive amounts of links to this particular site without receiving any trouble, really. So let's cover what we did. All right. And I'm just going to go over it. I'm probably just going to take out some of the pieces because I just want you to know particular elements for these particular types of sites to make it just easy. All right. Now, there is something that I want to do. I want to point out. So the first thing I want to point out is we have massive amounts of iframes. All right. Each of the iframe codes have been injected with keywords. All right. I'm not going to show that in this video, but if you watch some of the past videos, you will notice that I've injected the iframe codes with keywords. Okay, with that out of the way, so that's one thing. The second piece is I am using a video on this page. All right. So let's start at the top of what we did and why. All right. Or more so, let's just highlight what we did. So obviously we want our main keyword that we're targeting in the very top here, all right, of the name of the site, all right? Now we want to take our main keyword with sentiment that is related to our niche inside of the title. All right. So our main keyword is always, remember, Google reads left to right. So in my opinion, I would go left to right. So New York SEO is our headline keyword. We put the sentiment for this niche at the end, which is services. Okay, perfect. Now, I want to take this out of here. For the first heading tag, all right, H1, I guess we would say, all right, which is also the first 40 words. This is what is 9 times out of 10 going to be displayed as the meta description. So what we did is we took the same, whatever the title is, right? This, we want to duplicate in our very first heading, which is here. And then inside of that first 40 words, which is going to be the meta description for the G site most of the time, all right, which is what we're aiming for. We took our keyword, which is first, along with this right here, right? Our sentiment for this niche, for this particular phrase, for this topic, however you want to look at it. And then we took the most commonly used words, all right? We can say co-occurring words. We could say LSI, however you want to look at it, okay? We're going to go and do LSI next. But these are co-occurring words. These are words that often come up when talking about a particular niche. We put those up front and center first. So those particular words for this 10 query SERP that we're looking at for New York SEO, those words were New York, the words themselves, New and York, and SEO and services. Another co-occurring word was business. Another word was Google. Another word was search. The word optimization, the word expert, the word help came up a lot, so I used it twice. It was literally the second to SEO. And then the word company. That's why this first sentence here contains all of that. We can call that LSI, co-occurring words. These are the most prominent words that are used within this niche for this keyword. Those go up front and center, all right? So, repeating, top front words, co-occurring words go right here. Top 40 words here. In this front and center 40, that's italic. We took partial matches. Let's talk about this first. So what we did next was how many exact match phrases were there on that particular page. Now I started writing them down, but I stopped. But I think it was 8, or no, it was 4. So what I did was I took all the exact matches and I went in here and I put in the exact matches, the exact amount. Then I went in to decide, okay, partial matches. How many uses of the partial match are on there? So I looked at the tool. I went into the tool. I went into where the text is. And I was looking for partial keywords. So how many were there? I think it was like 8 or something. 57. That's right. That's partial. So what I did is I split the partials because that's partial of New York SEO. So there's 3 words. So I divided that by 3, which is 19 of each, and then I put them inside of here. So that was partial. Then I went in and I had to decide, okay, how many of these words are either bold or italicized? I forget what the count was, but I went in and I determined, okay, this is how many partial matches and how many of the exact matches need to be bold or italicized. The next piece was, all right, how many images are there? And out of those images, how many of those images have exact match alt text, right? How many of them are exact match? How many of them are using partial? And how many do I need? That's what I did. So I took the exact amount of images that I needed, which is down here, which the overall SERP is calling for 45. Right? That's the overall. So I added 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10 in each row. So, and then inside of those, half needed to be exact match, half needed to be partial match as far as the alt attribute, right? So that's what I did. Now, the next piece was, oh, and first too, I forgot to mention, how many words did I need? So when I went over here to the tool, I just took a look at words. How many words are on the page? So it told me 1544. So that was between the top 10 rankers, right? Because as you can see here, the guys who went totally overboard, here's 2,400 words, which is an often misconception. Longer is better. No, the only reason why longer sometimes works better is because I can stuff in more keyword and keyword variations. That's it. It's because you're getting more in there. But if that's not what Google wants to see, then that's not optimized. So we want to be optimized. So what's optimization level? We want to go right in between here. So it was 1544. So I went in to get 1,600 words, and then I chopped off a small little paragraph, right? To hit that threshold. I'm right. I have the perfect word count, the perfect amount of images, perfect partial match, perfect. As far as semantics is concerned, I mean, we're not talking about, usability or pretty ability or whatever. Then we looked at, okay, how many paragraphs need to be on this page? And then I went in and I counted. So the perfect variation of paragraphs was 28 paragraphs. But how many headings do we need? The perfect amount was 25. So if you go down the list here, I made 25 headings. Then I made 28 paragraphs. It's all perfect. So the next step here, I did the bolds, I did the italics. I just wanted to walk through what I did and why. I just went down the list here. I showed you. This is the checklist. These are the most important things. Title, H1 through H6. Actually, H5. H6 is irrelevant. Variations of keyword. How many paragraphs? How many images? Alt text, anchor internal, which we're going to work on next. How many bolds and italics? Hidden keywords, which for this SERP, there really aren't any, so that's a small factor, which I wrote. Variation and partials inside of H tags. Well, I looked that up. If you take a look here in my subheadings, because I can't use regular H tags on this type of site, what I did was I counted up the partial matches for my heading tags. And if you take a look here, we took our sediment for this, or co-occurring word, I should say, which is help. It's the most used word after New York SEO. The next word is help, right? So that's going in a heading tag or a subheading. Then here's my partial. Look, here's SEO. Here's another co-occurring word, business. Here's new. And here's another co-occurring word, company. Here's the word optimization. So that is perfect. So the next thing we need to do, or what I'm going to do, is if you take a look over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just shoot this on here. All right, now there might be some more tweaks. I'll look at it again, but I'm just getting tired now. I went through the main parts. Now, obviously, if this was your site, you'd have a piece of content. You would tell them, okay, this is how long I need the content. This is how many paragraphs. This is how many, right? You would tell them. Then when you got it back, you would use a tool, whatever tool you want, or just your brain in a text file. And then you would just go in, add your bolds, italics, your images, your H tags, your partial. You would just go down the list. So now what we need to do is we know, okay, these sites when they're launched have a lot of juice. Now I see this a lot, right? I'll see these pages, they're pummeled with links, but they're missing the next step, which is important, all right? So we have our outbound link. So you're probably wondering, why did you grab this, right? I grabbed a book from Wiki, and I'll say this: if you go to the NLP tool, do an analysis of a site, and watch what it brings back when there's some type of reference to something that is related to your brand, business, or service. A reference being a book, whether it's a play, whether it's something that you can reference, an entity that's related to your niche, relatively powerful. A lot of times what I've seen that works relatively well is, but I don't want to send power anywhere else, is linking to your competitor, right? It's an association. But anyway, let's move over here. So we have these pages. We've published this onto the web. Now we have these pages, and I've already went in and I've set these up. And I set these up in a particular way. The only thing that I want to do here is I want to add another one that is New York SEO Company. And then this will really be the last step. I'm sure I have some other tweaks that I need to do. All right. So just so we're both on the same page, here's what we want to do. So we'll keep that the same. All right. So our title is going to go here. So we have our title, which is here. And then what we want to do is we want to insert a text box. And this very first heading tag, we're going to duplicate that same exact thing, SEO New York Company, which is the name of this particular title of this page. And then what we want to do is we want to make that a link going back to the home page of this particular site. All right. So what are we doing? We're going right back here, New York SEO. All right, apply. So really what I want to do is I want to get on here and I want to go to sites and I want to grab this right here, copy. All right, so I want to make sure it's going back to there. So let me just, I don't like how that is, paste, apply. All right, so then we're going to go down the list here. So we're going to go to pages. So now we have another page that is containing that. So let me just take a look here at my pages and we're going to go right down the list here. I want to look at this really fast. Okay, now this is another little tip that I want you to add into your sites, all right? Up here, make sure that at the top of the page you have a link going to the same page, because this is where we're going to blast with links, all right? So make sure you have a link going to yourself, all right? Because all links are crawled, all anchor text counts, all right? So just make sure of that. So what we want to do is add a link to ourself, all right? Very important. Not very important, but important. All right, so we're going to go right down this list here. And then if there's anybody on, I mean, if you want to, you know, ask me a question, New York SEO Agency. And I'm sure I missed a couple things here. I'll go back and tweak a couple pieces when I wake up in the morning. But for now, I'm feeling I'm okay with what we got going on here. I want this to be one sentence. And then all we're doing is we're going to go inside of here. We're going to insert a text box. We're going to make it a heading, and it's going to be the same thing. New York SEO Agency. Whatever the title of the page is, that's what you make your first heading tag. And then what you want to do is you want to take that heading tag and remember, link it right back to the home page, the page that we want to rank, the page that we're going to send power to. Because if you were in the training, we did something that's called mirroring. So this isn't necessarily the ranking page. This is going to be the siphon page, as I like to call it, all right? This is a siphon page. But we need internal linking. We need that juice passing around. Super important. If you go back and you take a look, you'll see that a lot of those sites have 50 internal links coming back to that main ranking page. 50 to 122 internal links going to their home page internally, right? So very important. And we can even look at it and say, like, all right, how many internal links equals an external link? I don't know. It's hard to put a number on it, but that's kind of how I look at it. Like, what? 5, 3, 1, 2? I don't know, but in my opinion, I'd probably say somewhere around 3 or 4 is just like getting a link from outside. So that's what we're doing here. We're passing that juice around, but we're not passing it around. We're really passing it to the front because we're retaining all that domain authority because of the site already has it. So we're just passing it up to the front. But we need to make sure that we're duplicating these things here. So remember, title and H1 tag is the same keyword, but we're not just using any keywords within these elements on these other pages. We're using variations and other secondary keywords for all of these other pages that we're creating. And then what we're doing is we're duplicating the title to the heading, and then we're sending it back to the main ranking page. Okay? All right. Now I won't say that again. I said it a couple times. Sorry. I'm getting tired. All right, but I want to finish this off because we're already made it this far. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this. So that's all I did here. All right, we'll go back to our pages. We'll go here. Okay, now we'll insert a and then we're sending it right back up to the front. Okay, go back to pages. We'll go here. Right back to the front. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3. All right, how many did we get here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're gonna go right here. Okay. All right, so we're here. All right, this will be the last one that I do. All right. And we'll send it back to the home page. I think we got enough going there now. And then too, what we'll do then is when we're sending these links out, because then what I want to do is we want to retain everything going to the home page. And then as far as links are concerned, we're not having outbounds going to the main entity. We're going to use iframes. All right. Because that way, it's better that way. All right. Now, I think we're published. I think we're good to go here. All right. I don't know why anybody would have watched, but I was just doing a quick little run through. All right, let's see. I mean, if there's anybody here and you want to ask me anything. Oh, wow, you guys liked it. Hey, dude, I appreciate it. I was doing it fast. I was just trying to show the main pieces. I mean, I wanted to back up my list. And I mean, I'm literally going down the list. I think that that's really, at the end of the day, this is what's important, you know? I mean, I think that that's all that's important. I mean, now there's speed and all these other elements, but we're talking about a G site, right? Where everything else is handled. So all we're going in and doing is optimizing the fields that we can, right? So I'm ecstatic that everyone here enjoyed. I hope that, you know, maybe hopefully I'm sure you guys all know basic OnPage. If you're in here. Is there any questions though? Anybody? Let me take a look here. So Chet says, have you tried out Charles Float's GSA guy? Super clean links, niche specific. Chet, are you pitching me right now? Brother? No, I have not. you know, I'm not gonna fib to you. I mean, I have a wonderful Vietnamese lady, excellent lady, that has, you know, him above only knows how many VPSs and servers running. So I get my lists directly from her. You know, she sells links on every, you know, platform imaginable. So that's usually where I get them. Fit Yourself, thank you, Chris. Glad I could help. Ninja, Hayden, glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I know, Chet. I'm just busting. Tony says, this is great. I'm glad that I was able to help. How to recovery traffic or rank for keyword after affected by Google Court update. Well, right now, I mean, if you're talking about the past update, I can only speak from what I have, all right? So I have 9, actually I have 10 clients now, but which is my goal, which is my threshold, right? I have a certain amount that I need to, you know, that I'm happy with, that I can handle, right? Where 10 is my max, right? So, but in any case, out of those 9 before my new one I just took on, I like lawyers, I like real estate, things along those lines. But before I took on the new guy, out of the 9, I had 3, but those 3 haven't been long term. I mean, we're talking about, it was high velocity, low quality links that were exact match coming in. That's where they had issues, which was simple for me to clean up, right? Because we had access. Because how they were doing is they were buying, and whoever recommended it was buying them, getting the lists, the names, the passwords. So I was able to go in and clean all that up. To be honest, I just wiped it out. So yeah. So yeah, I hope that that was helpful. Is there anything that, I mean, I don't think I missed anything, but that's really what I'm looking at when I'm doing any type of on page. You know, I went down the list. I mean, I literally did every single element from the body, you know, how many words are there? Like, I literally just followed off the top of my head, and I think I got everything. You know, that's just mentally what I go through. Like, if I'm getting content back, or if I'm writing it, which I don't do. The only piece of content that I sat and wrote was on my site for drive stacks. And I think, I mean, it's a low volume keyword. I think I'm ranking 3. Yeah, I'm ranking. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. And there's no links going to that page, you know? So, I mean, that's just what I do. But is there any questions, anybody at all? I do see that there are a few people here. It's the middle of the night for me, so my little guy's probably sleeping. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. It doesn't have to be related to on page. It could be off page. Oh, if you signed up for my deal here, right? I have let me see here. So I have a GMB. Let me see if I can find it here. So if you were on this particular page and signed up for the beta, all right, and you sent the email or whatnot, in the morning when I wake up, it's going to be free, right? So you guys, if you're in here, you can go and get it. Tomorrow after I talk with Craig, basically, is what I'm going to do. Because I want to let some of his audience use it too. And then hopefully I can get some recommendations to see what everybody thinks. Any other questions? Loved your work, Chris. Awesome. Drive stacks, any other trainings? I'm working on an intermediate to expert. I mean, aside from like totally black hat, like verification methods. I mean, I want to do just like a GMB. I know there's a couple, trainings out there, but I think that they're relatively expensive, and I think that I can go a little bit deeper and really walk through. I might give away like one verification method inside of the training. But I mean, I want it to be aimed around GMB, like intermediate level. You know what I mean? Like intermediate, advanced. So that's what I'm working on. I was thinking about offering, who asked me that? Alan. I have a 4.5-hour recording. It was live, verification stuff. But like, I didn't really want to sell it, I just didn't. One of the methods is something that I've been doing for a long time, and it's a long process and it's difficult to do, but it works 90% of the time. If I launch, say, generally if I go in and say I buy 10 sites, if I launch 10 sites, I would say I'm probably going to get 9 verifications. I can pretty much guarantee it. But it takes a lot of time and a small amount of upfront investment. So that was the main method that I was teaching. That was my number one favorite method. But it's just, I don't know. I don't want to give that stuff away. I don't want to sell it. Can you little bit explain about how to set PBN to be more effective as link juice? I mean, when we're talking about PBNs, right? All right. So if we're speaking about PBNs, all right, brother, at the end of the day, it's this. So right now you can go out and you can purchase as many, sites that you want, all right? And it doesn't matter topically relevant. I literally ran tests. I don't want to show you that. But I can guarantee you this, okay? It doesn't matter right now for topical relevance. We're still seeing power. And I can tell you this, a site that's de-indexed, meaning not within search results. If I buy a site that's not in search results and I 301 it, or I set up a site, it's not in search results, and I link out, I guarantee you that site gets a bump. It's irrelevant if something's in the search results. So that's a tip, because a lot of people that are going out, they're trying to get back orders, or we're buying expired domains. We're looking for high authority, right? High authority domains that are topically relevant, and they want them that have some traffic. So traffic means in search results. So what I'm looking for is super high authoritative, high power, right? I even like, it goes against the grain. I look for old PBNs because I want to tear them out anyway. But at the end of the day, if you want to do it correct, we're looking for PBN, right? A site that's about the topic, right? And what we want to do is we have that site, we have our main homepage, right? Homepage. That goes to 1. And then any other pages that have juice go to different pages. And these sites that you're powering, because you don't want to get all your PBNs and send them all to the same address. You don't want to send all these pages to the same address. I mean, you can, but you really want to keep it 1-to-1. And for longevity, you want to keep it topically or semantically related. So in any case, for the maximum link juice, which is what the question was, 1 PBN, topic specific, 1 link to 1 link. I mean, I think that the thinking about PBNs is overthought. You find a domain, no matter what the cost is. If it's topically relevant, it's getting traffic, it doesn't have any issues, right? Which means it's ranking on several pages that are very high power. at any price, because remember, it's a PBN. I'm not selling the links. They're just for me. I'll pay $200. I'll pay $100. I'll pay $400. If 5, 6, it doesn't matter. I'm looking for sites that are topically relevant, that are passing power, and it's a 1-to-1. That's it. Because if I buy a site and I spend X amount of dollars, I don't only have one site. I have multiple sites, right? Multiple sites. I have G sites. I run coupon sites, promotion sites. I have timeshare sites. I have dinner party sites, right? Like, that's the industry that I'm in. I'm doing 1-to-1. So when I buy a link, I'm going 1-to-1. It's one site. And then I have a network, and I don't interlink these. These sites don't get interlinked. They're not all in the same name. They're on different VPSs. I get VPSs dirt cheap. You can go out and get Linux VPSs. I go to a site when I want to launch a new VPS. I'll show you hosting. People complain about, oh, it's hosting and this is difficult. Like, this is where I go when I want to buy a new site and I want to host it on a VPS. I go to here to low end box. And this isn't a pitch or anything. I'm just trying to help you, right? I go to low end box. When you go on here to low end box, you just take a quick look, right? Where do you live? That's where I want my IP address, right? So I live in the United States. So I just look right here. Right here, look at Inland, Chicago, Dallas, Denver. So the last one I just bought was from a place called Rack Nerd, right? I bought it off of here. Rack Nerd. See, look at Rack Nerd. And here's what it is. $28 for the year. And I actually got a deal because I had a coupon code because I'm buddies with this guy. But you can get them cheap. You know, $1 a month. I've seen VPSs for 50 cents a month. You don't have to buy, you know, what this guy's got going on here. I mean, he's given, like, the one that I bought, like, let me take a look. It's 8 gigs of RAM, 4 virtual cores. No, 6 virtual cores, right? Like, that, you don't need that to host a PBN. So that's what I'm getting at. So this is a non-sponsored plug. When you're setting up your sites, if you want to be cost effective, and sign them up in different names, use different registrars, go on and host VPSs. It's super cheap. Like, I just had this guy set up a, like, I didn't even want to sit and do it. So I just went on to one of my Fiverr accounts, and I literally just had a dude set one up for me. Like this guy right here. Let me see if it's in here still. I forgot who I was talking to last. Well, you can see what I'm into because here's my recently viewed gigs, right? Custom programming, iOS applications, Android, a virtual assistant. I was just looking for a virtual assistant. But I had a guy and he did it for me for like nothing. Let me take a look here. Here, this guy right here. And he did a really good job. He charged me like $6 or something. This lady look at a virtual assistant to do Google My Business verifications, $2 an hour. Look at this. Look at, I sent her a video. I sent her a video. I said, yo, can you like do this for me right here? I need you to go here to this site. So in any case, I'm all about doing stuff super cheap, but I like this site right here. So hopefully that helps you out. I know that was a long answer to a small question. Hopefully that helps you, brother. But yeah, any other questions before I hop off? I'll be on with Craig in the morning to answer any and all questions. Great guy. What a great guy. Super great guy. He's excellent. And too, as far as learning, you know, basic, he gives stuff away for free. I think he's an excellent guy. I don't see any other questions here. I think we're good to go. Oh, Chase was here. Well, I'm sure he's gone by now, but all right, guys. Hey, it's been an absolute pleasure. My favorite tool for OnPage, Manger. You know, I use Surfer. As far as any other tool, I use I use SEMrush. I mean, obviously, I share an account with a friend of mine. I think this one's logged out. I share an account with a buddy of mine, but I use SEMrush. And then for my on-page stuff, I use Surfer. I mean, that's the stuff that I say, like, you know, kind of promote is what I use, you know? So hopefully that helps you out. Does it, you know, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I don't use Ahrefs. I've never invested into their tool. I really couldn't say. I couldn't say, to be honest with you, because I never used it. I like Surfer because it's super cheap. That's why I use it. It's cheap and it works really well. And I like the UI. I mean, I don't like this part about the buttons or whatever. You got to uncheck them. I forget all the time because I'm, you know, I'm hyperactive. But other than that, I mean, I like Surfer. It's cheap and I like it. That's the God's honest truth. But yeah, I'm getting very tired here. I think I'm going to hop off. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you have a question, though, ask right now. I'll be happy to answer it for you. If not, I'm going to go ahead and jump off. It's been a pleasure. Any last questions? Surfer is like $35. It's like $35. It's super cheap. I'm not sure. I signed up for it a while ago. I signed up under a promotion, so I don't know. Let me take a look. I'm curious. I think it's cheap, though. I think it's like $35 or something like that. But I like it. Oh, 60. Wow. So I must have got in there while it was cheaper. Oh, maybe I was looking at annually. Wow, I must have got in while it was cheaper. So they're charging 60. I could have swore I got it cheaper than that last time. $5.90. Maybe if that's what I did. I paid for it for the year. $50. Maybe that's what I did. Maybe I bought it for the year. But in any case, it's cheap. I think and two, what I like about it is they give away the links. So it does backlink analysis. It gives you links. It's got the content editor, which I like. The keyword research is phenomenal. Plus it does the science part. So like I can just go in and do my equations very quick. It's got the NLP, which in my opinion is like LSI or whatnot. But I don't want to like pitch on their stuff, but that answers your question. That's not what I do. All right. So a question here is how to increase click-through rate. All right, guys. So I use a service called Microworkers. All right. So if we're curious about now the process in which you utilize Microworkers is up to you. All right. But I use Microworkers. What account is this? Okay. Yeah. This is just okay. So this is where I go. So the long story short of it is this. All right, so if you go inside of here and you take a look, so like see right here this button that says click and search. So what you'll do is you'll go in and you'll see. So you can get ideas of what's going on by who's launching campaigns now, which I love doing that, just to get an idea of how people are manipulating certain things. I'll go in and I'll just take a look. Sometimes on my other account, that's why I was looking up here, I was doing jobs for people for the search and click. I was doing jobs for YouTube too because I was curious. So like you do a couple jobs, you get paid like 50 cents, but it doesn't matter because I wanted to go through people's funnels to see like how are they doing it, right? And I found some interesting sites that were utilizing this service. Another one that I like is if you guys don't know, is Mechanical Turk. I think they changed their name or whatever. Yeah, right here. So you can use, that one's my actual account. I don't want to log into that because I'm running campaigns right now on that particular platform. But you have to be careful when you're running CTR campaigns. You have to do it as site testing, okay? But it's more about the process in which, like, are we doing a search and then a click? And then where are they going from there? And where are they coming from as a referrer? So like you really have to sit and think like where's the traffic coming from your competitors? How are the searches coming in? Is it from YouTube? Is it from social? There's a tool, again, not on this particular computer, that's called SimilarWeb. And I have a paid account on there, and I just go in and I look, like, are they running paid? Because that's another element of it. You can't just run fake traffic. Now, I know that these are real people. Hey, it's just a minute. I know that these are real people, but you have to run other traffic with it, all right? Now, don't use meta refreshes. I was doing that stuff for a while, like, where they were searching, clicking, it was automatically sending them. Like, don't do any of that. But then when you're running like ads or whatever, run them to intern pages, run them to, like, be creative with your click-through. And that's how you increase it or manipulate it, Mr. Sai. All right? That's all I want to get into right now with that kind of stuff. Because I have something that I'm working on, so. So Tony asks, when will the intermediate advanced GMB be done? Well, I mean, I like just like with the with the stack training, right? I think that you took part of the beta. You know, I mean, we're talking about 5 hours worth of content. So like with GMB, it's probably going to go a little bit more in depth. I'll probably do like 60 videos and really break down every single element. So I have about 7 of those videos done since I first spoke about it, which was 2 days ago. So what I'll probably do is the next time, like over the weekend, like when my little guy goes with my wife, I'll probably just spend all day making videos and really buckle down and do it. So I don't know, within like say another week or 10 days, you know, somewhere in that range, I'll be set up and done, you know, because I'm not going to edit every single video and add all kinds of fancy stuff. You know, I'm just going to give the information. All right. So we went over CTR. As far as a building service, I'm getting traffic, but my click-through is rate. Well, you see, and that's another piece like I talked about. You need to have something up at the top that's going to give them a reason to click through to another page, right? Now, however you want to do that is up to you, but you have to get them deeper within the site, all right? Hopefully that helps you out. PBN building services, you know, if you already have a process and you already know how to do it, I would simply go on to maybe Upwork. This probably wouldn't be a Fiverr job. I would probably pay a little bit more, unless you speak native, like, you know, unless you can speak language and really relay, you know, what you want done to a T. I would go for a native person that you can explain in the process for, build something with them, pay them for their time while you teach them. You know, that's how we did it. So, I've paid people for me to teach them for their time because generally it's only a few dollars per hour, you know. So, yeah, because I want to get them on my side. I want to get them on my team as a, you know what I mean? Because they're going to work with me. So, yeah, I'm currently looking for a new person, though, to do some local stuff as far as virtual assistants. As you saw, I've been looking on all the platforms, though. I was just recommended that girl. That's why I was talking to her on Fiverr. But I usually go to Upwork for my, workers or whatnot. So say something about silo structure. Silo structure, huh? All right. We can get into that briefly. All right. So, and I'm sure you've seen something like this before. All right. So let's talk about silo. So let's forget about. All right. Let's say this is the home page. All right. Now, off of the home page, we're going to have a few things. We're going to have, pretty much you should always have, especially if we're talking about local, who we are, what we do, why we do it, and a portfolio, right? Okay. Also a contact us, all right? And then we're going to have probably some piece of link bait, right? We can call it a blog. Something that's going to start discussing. So we're going to have our filler pages, which are going to be about us, portfolio, contact us, right? I call those fillers. So that would be these. So what we're concerned about is our silo and our structure. So, all right, here we go. So now we have we can look at it as a category page or a top level ranking page. Okay. So a top level ranking page, we'll say that this is the beginning of the silo. All right, so we'll get rid of this, but here's the beginning of a silo. All right. So we have our top level page. Top level page. This right here, my friend, is a ranking page. All right. So this is the ranking page. This is where we want to rank. Now this is going to be our exact match for a particular keyword, whether it's a buying keyword, a high conversion keyword, and this is going to be our longest article. It's going to be our most content, so content rich, right? So this is content rich. It's going to have an exact highest conversion keyword, okay? Top level pillar content, our best content, number one. Now, generally within the silo, we're going to have what is called a supporting page. Okay, this is our next level down, right? So our next level down is going to be either a keyword that's informational or it's going to be partial. And what this does is it supports this article. So this could be informational, information, info, and this is sole purpose is to collect links, right? This is to collect links. This is also a link bait element. So we have our top level page or a ranking page that is a high conversion keyword. We have our info page. It's information. It's also going to be a high traffic. It could be a link bait type of situation. Now, as far as the structure is concerned, it's very simple. Within the context of this page, it's going to contain the keyword of this page where it links back to this page. Now, this here is going to be our next supporting article. This page will contain a keyword for this page, but not this page. Now, why? The reason being is when we call the Google spider, right? I'm getting too tired for this. I'm getting silly. When we call the Google spider, though, honestly, we want them to go down the silo. They're getting all of the relevance. They're going down into the silo. All of these articles are here to collect links, bring traffic, and to support our top level. I could go deeper into this concept, but that's the main. That's the idea. I think I'm done though. I feel silly. I'm tired. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll be on with Craig in the morning. All right. I'll be on with Craig in the morning. It's been an absolute pleasure. Please, if you would like, I'll be on with him noon Eastern Standard Time. We can answer any questions that you might have. I'll be happy to. If you have any other questions, I'm going to leave a portion of this video here. So ask any questions that you would like below. It's been an absolute pleasure. I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video. Thank you. If you enjoyed the video or anything at all, please, a thumbs up so other people can find this video would be greatly appreciated. It's been a super pleasure. Thank you so much. Good night. All right, Hayes, you want to go out?